For some of you, this person, you know, they want to enter into a very deep soul connection. This is a higher level of commitment, whether it's you and this person going from being best friends and dating, or, you know, friends with benefits, to being boyfriend and girlfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it may be. It's coming into this higher level of commitment, right, with one another. And this person is beginning to realize that you do make them happy, and the two of you guys fit very well. It's like peanut butter and jelly, right? It's like having salad with no dressing. Without you, there's no flavor in their life, and they need that. Because I think that you've had their back, and I think that you've held it down for them for a period of time where they're beginning to see, you know what? The collective really does love me for me. Whether I have something to give or whether I don't, you know, you've never been focused on what this person has, but you've always been very, very vocal on, I love you for you. I want you for you. And I feel like this person is beginning to open up and accept the fact that they deserve love, right? When people try to over rationalize something, like, why does this person love me the way that they do? There's no way they could love me the way that they do. That says more about that individual, because they believe that they don't deserve that love. So now this person is entering into this phase where there was a level of healing that was completed, because in order for that level of healing to be completed, that's why this person is opening up to taking this risk, right? Taking this leap of faith to saying, like, I deserve to be happy. And I get that for some of you, this is engagement, but I also get that this is just a higher level of commitment between the two of you, where you both realize that this is a very loyal type of energy, right? This is a soulmate energy. This is best friends. This is a real connection. And again, fitting together well, great compatibility. I mean, I think that with you and this person, you know, I just split the deck and it's a dream come true. You really do fulfill them. You fill their cup. You overflow their cup of love. And it's funny because the two of you have a great time together. And it's like when the two of you guys are together, the world stands still. Nothing else matters. It's almost like you and this person are in your own little tiny time warp or bubble together. And the outside world, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the chaos that's in your life. It doesn't matter the drama that's in their life. Nothing matters when the two of you guys come together, which is such a beautiful energy, because there's a level of peace, right? Have you ever heard that saying, I just want peace in my life? That's it. Whatever it means to have peace. You are this person's peace. And I feel like with this person, again, you bringing that level of euphoria to their life, it didn't make sense, because they're almost like, can that euphoria, can that sustain? Or is this just a, you know, a moment in time? But I feel like what they're beginning to realize is that you match one another. You guys are two peas in a pod. And believe it or not, here's what's crazy when you attract your person, right? Those things, those qualities that are frustrating with your person, right? Those things that are easy to call out, you know, those are actual qualities that you have in yourself as well, but they're more so repressed. So And it's vice versa, right? The light that you have in them, you're trying to bring that light out in them, where they're trying to trigger that level of healing and that shadow work in you. It goes both ways, which is why when you truly do meet your person, there is this roller coaster of energy, because you have these ups and downs, because you're both learning and growing and healing at the same time with one another. I just feel like too, with this energy, you guys are finally on the right path, and I don't know why, but I get this energy where your person, even if you're not talking, they're coming to this conclusion where they want to get on the same path as you. This is an energy where it's just you and them. And you and them may be opposites. And this can be something that they've struggled with, right? You may be the opposite of what their family wanted. Definitely could be it. This could be, where this person struggles with the fact that there's an age gap. There's a difference in religion, in race. Maybe you guys live at a distance. The way that you think, maybe they're very religious and you're very spiritual, right? The reality is, though, the soul doesn't recognize differences. And this person, whoever you're dealing with, your divine partner, is realizing that they can't stay away from you. It's very magnetizing. You're very polarizing. Like, there's something about your energy where opposites attract. And I even get that there's people around them going, how is that gonna work? And your person is like, I don't know, but I mean, what am I gonna do? Not take a leap of faith? What am I gonna do? Not see what's going on? I feel like with your person, they've allowed a level of selfishness to creep into the relationship, which is what's caused some issues with inside, which has caused this level of separation. But I feel like this person doesn't want it anymore. I don't think that they're necessarily looking at the fact that you're opposites. And what's funny is opposites come up every time in the reading. So what that tells me is, as a collective, there's something very different about you and about your person. And it's really, I feel like, about your person, like, let's take the differences away. I really think that it's also a mind frame. It's the way that you view life. It's the way that they view life, right? Your glass, half full, their glass half empty. Whether they're somebody that holds a lot of trauma and you're a healer, whatever it may be, there's something about you where the two of you guys have came together for a significant reason, despite whatever anyone wants to say here. And this is coming in as a forbidden love. Some of their family may disapprove. Your family may disapprove. This is a secret relationship, like I mentioned earlier, right? Where this person feels like, I have to take a risk. They're no longer listening to the outside people, giving them reasons why they can't. They're tapping into their soul energy and they're telling themselves why they can. This is something where, again, you have a lot of movement. It's two people that are coming together as one. And I feel like if people disapprove of this connection, it's because they don't understand it, right? And a lot of people that don't understand love, it's because they're unhappy with themselves. Because the reality is, what is your love and you being with this person, what does that have to do with anybody else? It's not hurting anybody else, the two of you being together. And if it is hurting somebody else, the two of you being together, my question to that person that it's hurting is, but why is it hurting you? It has nothing to do with you. So this is a very, very different type of energy that's coming in, where the two of you guys came together unexpectedly, and it is coming in as almost like this forbidden love. But it's in love that the two of you kind of can't break away from. I feel like there's somebody here that's being left behind. It may be a past person. It may be a thought process. There's something that's being left behind in order for this forward movement. There may even be travel, I feel like, or movement. Father figure. Makes a great dad, divine masculine, strength and protection. Whoever you're dealing with, this is somebody that wants to protect you, that wants to protect the connection, that wants to nurture you, that wants to give to you. This may be somebody that wants to have children with you, for those of you guys that are open and wanting children in a family. But I also get to, with the divine masculine, this is an energy that's giving, right? The divine masculine energy gives. So this person is really stepping into their own, and believe it or not, with taking a risk here, to me, that's kind of like the Fool energy. And the one thing about the Fool, and if this is the Emperor energy, right? The Emperor only listens to the Fool, because the Fool is the only one that doesn't have a dog in a dog in the fight, or they don't have an outcome that they care about. So there's somebody here, in my opinion, that's had a conversation with your person that gave your person some level of advice, where it made your person feel like it's okay for me to take this step forward. It's okay for me to provide this protection and to protect my relationship and protect my happiness. And I get that with your person, believe it or not, they may be very traditional, where they have old-fashioned ideals. This is an energy right under happiness, where marriage is on the table. But this is also an energy where this person is going to want to take things very, very slowly in order for them to control the narrative. And for them, it's a very methodical type of energy. So they're moving forward, but they may not be telling you all the steps that they're taking before they take it. Does that make sense? For instance, this is somebody who has all these ducks lined up in a row, and they may not be communicating with you, or they may be very quiet during this time period, and you're sitting back going, what's going on? I'm confused. I don't understand. But this person is lining everything up in order to give you exactly what you want and exactly what you deserve. Because again, with this traditional energy, there's a certain way that this person wants to go about things. This person feels like, okay, if I'm gonna take this leap of faith, if I'm gonna take this risk, I wanna do it the right way. I don't wanna do it where there's other people that are attached. I wanna make sure that everything is clean and clear in order for, us to pave our own way, in order for us to go down the right path with one another, to have a very long lasting connection and commitment. But this person has thought about marriage a lot. They've thought about, you know, the times that they were weaker, you know, weaker in spirit. And when you nurtured them and nursed them back to health, this person is thinking about, you know, whether or not they can be faithful to one person for the rest of their life. And I feel overwhelmingly that with this energy, they believe that they can. And I feel like in the past, this person was really, really concerned and with appearance, with what things look like, how people viewed things. But the reality is, you know, you've been very open to this person. You've been very vulnerable with them. And you've had a level of softness, which is why this person wants to come back and give you what you deserve, because I think that there's a lot of times that you could have resented this person. You could have been bitter towards them. You could have been angry with the way that they were doing things, with how close-minded they were, with their inability to, you know, get past their ego. But the reality is, I think that you've done something different. You showed them you're not superficial. You showed them that you're not somebody that they can walk all over. You've shown them, you know, if you don't want me, here's what's gonna happen. You've given them a sense of grief, a sense of pain, right? But you've done it in a way where you've broken the aspects of them that needed to leave, because their way of seeing things was relatively distorted. So I feel like you broke something and you showed them this is what it is, right? There's something here that's coming in where this person wants to open up and express to you exactly how they feel about the connection. There's some type of unexpected message coming in that's going to unveil whatever is going on with you and this person, which is very interesting. Wow. Because this person is aligning, walking your path, living your life purpose, going in the right direction, and it's a sunflower. This is a very happy time. I think spring and summer are going to be beautiful times for you. There's also some type of surprise that's coming in here. Unexpected romance, meeting someone, a blast from the past. And it's something that's hidden. And I feel like this is hidden because you focused on yourself. I think that you focused on this commitment. You focused on your connection, but also when this person pulled away, you focused on you, because you understood that by you focusing more on you, it allowed this person to feel the presence of not having you there, but it also allowed them to elevate at their own time. This person wants to finally risk being together. What does that look like, right? What does that mean, us being together? There's reconciliation coming in with this sacred union where they want to feel complete. They're tired of other people telling them that they're not supposed to be with you. They're tired of other people saying to them, dictating what makes them happy and what doesn't. See, they were so worried about you controlling them the entire time that they were being controlled by other people. And the one thing you weren't trying to control them is you were trying to emancipate them, right? You were trying to have them break free of the social norms, of the chains, of the traditional values, of whatever that was holding them back from having true divine love, having a true divine connection. And that's something that I think is very, very significant. Let's get some messages from the tarot. By the way, if you haven't already, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. There's a lot that's coming in that needs to be said here. And what's coming out, what's being said, is that there is this new way that this person is thinking, right? This is a new start. This person may even have a new business opportunity, but this is somebody that's willing to take this risk, willing to take this leap of faith, because there's something here about them setting themselves free the way that they think mentally, right? This Pisces season, it's changing them. Illusions are dropping, and I think that they're having an energy of, well, if I don't do it, then I'm never going to know, right? And with this Knight of Swords, it's some type of quick communication that's coming in pertaining to this person taking a level of action here. And they're taking this action with a sense of confidence. And I feel like there's going to be something that's communicated to you that you've not heard before. The Hangman in reverse. That's weird. A lot of Pisces energy. The confusion is lifting. The fog is dissipating, right? And I also feel like with this Pisces energy, their perspective has changed, right? There was something your person had to sacrifice, or there was something that this person needed to let go of that they finally let go of, right? The delay that was here, it's gone. The silence, it's about to lift, right? This person has finally surrendered to what their divine energy is meant to be. And there's a level of fluidity here where finally, again, death, there's this major ending. There's this major transformation. There's this brand new beginning because this person is tired of being in limbo. This person is tired of being happy and then being sad, being happy and then being sad again. And I feel like with this energy, they had to make some type of decision pertaining to partnership. But I do get with this person, they are a logical person, right? So they did weigh the pros and cons. Here's the pros if I'm with this person. Here's the cons if I'm not. Which one outshadows the other one? And I think that this person came to the decision that they want to move forward with you. They took out all their other options. They're ready to have this level of progression into this partnership because they've discovered that being with you is ultimately what catapults them forward. This is a major time for them, right? This is a level of vindication on your end as well, because the world to me is vindication. It's a conclusion, right? I've made my decision. Finally, after all this time, I finally have made my decision with what I want, with how I want to move forward with you. I think that they had to complete these karmic lessons, what they had to let go of, right? Karmic lessons can be people, places, things. It can be jobs. It could be a way of thought. It could be the fact that their family was holding them back, right? Manipulating them in order to obtain what they wanted to keep a level of control. It could be a lot of things. But there is a level up here. There's a level of energy that's changing and also a frequency that's adjusting to a higher vibration. And it's because this person has finally seen something. There's finally some type of knowledge that's been given to this person. And this person has thought about it for a while. This person has gone back and forth with this connection. See, this person has fought this twin flame. But we see that a lot, right? Fighting their heart. Saturn and Leo, right? Saturn and Leo. With Saturn and Leo, this is about, Leo's all about heart. What do I want? How do I want to make my impact? This person challenged this twin flame energy. They created obstacles. They created unnecessary fights. They were petty, right? There was drama. There was arguments. There was resistance when it came to this connection because they didn't understand it. And a lot of times what people don't understand, they tend to push away. They deem it as something that's not right, right? But I get that with this world and the Eight of Swords and the Two of Wands, this person sees the truth. They see clearly now. They're realizing that their hands are only tied because they're allowing it to be. This mental chaos that's been going on in their life, they have the ability to cut off. They have the ability to end the mental chaos very simply by making a decision. And there is something very, very beautiful that's coming here, especially with this Ace of Pentacles, but I feel like it had to do with this person finally submitting to the connection. Realizing what their life purpose is, what their life purpose is meant to be when it comes to this divine union. Because believe it or not, if they want control of the situation, they have to submit to that being the situation. And the same thing goes for you, right? In order for you to control the situation, you had to allow things to flow naturally. You had to submit to the idea that divine timing is at play and that we truly do not have control. And the more that we try to control the time frame, to control the narrative, the further the time frame became. But when you leave it up in the air and you say whatever is meant to be, that's open to a level of fluidity. You're allowing the universe, you're allowing God to work its magic, to do what it's meant to do with wherever you're meant to go, and you're going with the flow. Even if you have hard times that are coming towards you or came towards you, again, stressing over those times, trying to control those times doesn't change the fact you're going through it. So you might as well just say, all right, well, whatever is meant to be is meant to be. And those tough times, those moments, it's easier to get through. And you get through them much quicker. I think that you've learned that. I think that you have the ability to manipulate energy. And not in a negative sense, right? Because I always say, like, when you can manipulate energy, you can manipulate it for good or you can manipulate it for bad. But manipulating energy in the sense of, you know, being an alchemist, turning, you know, negative into positive. It's all about, you know, your intentions and setting your intentions on something. And I feel like with your person, they really do feel like you love them. There's a lot of love within inside of this connection. And I feel like in the past, your person was very analytical, right? They were probably very judgmental, very my way or the highway type of energy. What's good for the goose is not good for the gander. And this is somebody who likes to have a sense of control in the situation at all times. But what this person is realizing is that the more logical they became, the more upset, the more empty they felt. And they realized it brought them a level of unhappiness. This is somebody who has a lot of people around them, but still feels alone. And I feel like with this person, they were always being very, very judgmental. And for some of you guys, this may be somebody that was jealous of you at one point too. Because they were comparing themselves to you, but the reality is you're an extension of them. But then I feel like they realized that this is just an emotional energy. They were trying to be logical about their emotions. And the one thing that's coming in with this person is that they miss you. They miss you a lot. They miss being around you. They miss talking to you. They miss touching you. Just doing simplistic things. This is somebody that sees your value, that sees your worth, that realizes that being with you, it's not just a fairy tale, but it's something that's actually very realistic because your energy is very grounding, right? You're very practical.